Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I will show you step by step how to can install Figma MCP and connect it with Claude Code so you can do your tasks inside Figma. So the first step, you have to open your Figma desktop app and open the project file, for example, and go to dev mode, and you can find here the MCP section. You just click on enable desktop MCP server. Okay. So the second step, we need to install Claude Code. So try to search for install Claude Code. That's it. Okay, you will find this link, advanced setup Claude Code documentation. You will find the steps here. If you are using Mac OS, you just copy this comment. If you are using Windows, you have two options here, PowerShell and CMD. So because I'm using Mac, so I will just copy this one. Okay, so now let's open our terminal. Okay, so let's search for the terminal, and let me zoom in here so you can see. So this is the terminal, just paste this one and hit enter. Okay, take a few seconds to install Claude Code in your system. Okay, you can see now it's setting up Claude Code, and wait until you find this confirmation message, installation completed. Okay, so now let's try to open Claude. Okay, you will get this message, I trust this folder. Okay, and just allow for Claude Code to access the files. So if you can see this one, that means Claude Code has been installed successfully. If you faced any problem here, just copy the message or the terminal and go to Claude desktop, for example, and say, trying to install Claude Code in my terminal, and I run this command. Okay, add the command we added above here. Okay, and I'm trying to call Claude, but it doesn't work, and copy the full terminal from here, for example, and paste it and follow the instructions. Okay, in case you have reached this step, that means we need to connect Claude Code to Figma. The easiest and fastest way here, you just try to search for plugins. So type / and search for plugins. You can use the arrow up and arrow down in your keyboard to navigate. You can see here. So I will navigate to plugins and I will hit enter. You can see here list of some plugins. Okay. And you can see from the top list here, we have discover, installed, and so on. So now we are under discover. Okay, and if you press arrow right on your keyboard, you will navigate to install tab. Here you will see all the plugin has been installed in your system. Okay, so you cannot see here, for example, Figma, because we didn't install it yet. In this case, let's back again by click on the arrow left on our keyboard to go to discover, navigate up and down until you selected the search and try just to search for Figma. Okay, now we can press down and we can see here we have Figma Claude plugin official. Okay, so just hit enter in your keyboard. You will have here some options. Okay, so let me tell you quickly what is the difference between these options. Install for you, and you can see here user scope. That means this plugin will be available for all your Figma projects, and actually this is what we need. Okay, if you select the second one, for example, install for all collaborators on this repo, that means if I have a project and I have a repo working on it, me and my team, that means will be available for all. If I need to install it for my repo, but only for me, I will select the third option. Okay, so let's go to the first option because I need the Figma plugin to be available for all my Figma projects. I will hit install. Okay, so it's done. Let's try to test. Let's search for plugin. Okay, and hit enter. Navigate to install the tab by press right arrow in your keyboard. You can see here now we have Figma plugin is enabled. Okay, close the terminal and you open it again. And in this case here, I will just try to search for the plugins and navigate to install the tab. You can see here Figma plugin enabled, and also you can see Figma MCP is connected. In case you can see this error message, for example, that Figma MCP need authentication. Okay, just go here, select it, press enter in your keyboard. Okay, and you navigate to authenticate and just hit enter. This will open the browser, okay, and asking you to agree and allow access. After that, you back again to the terminal, okay, and try, for example, to go to plugins again and navigate to install tab. You can see Figma MCP is connected. So now you are ready to do some tasks on Figma. So let's press escape, and now let's just try to make sure everything is working perfectly. Let's do / and search for MCP and hit enter. And here I can see my built-in MCPs, one of them actually is the Figma plugin is connected. So let's press escape, and now let's try to ask Claude, is Claude connected to Figma MCP server, just to double check. Okay, are you connected to Figma MCP server? Let's hit enter to see what will happen. Yes, you can see here reply yes, I'm connected to Figma MCP server, and here giving you some instructions. I can read the design, I can do something or mapping Figma component. If I'm using Code Connect, this is something helpful for the developers. I can diagram generation, okay, I can create flowchart, decision tree, blah blah blah. Also I can design writing, that's mean can do some tasks inside Figma like create frames, create some variables and so on. Also can do some design system tools like searching and working with your tokens and components. And the most important thing here actually, if you have a Figma file or you want to work with Figma, just share the URL here, okay? So in this case, I will go to design mode, okay? And I will copy the link from here, for example. I back again to the terminal and I have to paste this link, and let's try to do one more test, asking Claude to tell us what is the Figma file name and also the page name, okay? Can you please use this Figma URL and give me the Figma file name and the page name? And here I will paste the URL and hit enter, and supposed to answer for me and say the Figma file name is distinct and the page is page 1. You can see it's correct. And here you can see Claude used Figma plugin to get for me this information. Okay, so now let's try to do one more test. Okay, so in this case, maybe we can ask Claude to draw for us a red rectangle. Can you please draw for me inside Figma a red rectangle? I don't need now to paste the URL again. I think Claude already know my Figma URL. And let's see, our layers here actually is empty. And this is a real time for video. I'm not cutting this video or everything. So you can see here in a few seconds, draw for me the red rectangle. Okay, so maybe let's do one more test here. I will open the Figma variables and let's ask Claude to create for us some variables. Can you please create for me some color variables and put it inside Figma in a new collection called primitives? And I will hit enter, and let's see how much time it will take to create for us the collection called the primitives, and inside it I suppose you can see some variables for colors. I think facing a problem here now until now with 30 seconds. Supposed to use Figma use. Okay, now it's using Figma use MCP. This is called actually that allow Claude Code to write inside Figma. So until now 50 seconds and created already the Figma variables. You can see here the collection called the primitives, and inside it some Figma variables. Okay, so what I'm discovering actually right now is discovering the Figma MCP and discovering Figma console MCP and Figma CLI. Okay, so we have created a previous video before how you can install and teach Figma CLI. So I will also put some links in the video description for you. And now you just watch the video for how to install Figma MCP using Claude Code. And in the coming video, I will cover how we can install and use Figma console MCP. After that, I will give you a very detailed video to compare between Figma CLI, Figma MCP, Figma console MCP, and I will show you the difference between each one and some tips and tricks and when actually we're supposed to use each one and what is the pros and cons for each MCP for them. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for our channel if you are interested to know more about design system, design tokens, and how we can use AI to make our design process faster. That's it for today. See you next video. Bye.